You're listening to RIAcast, a podcast of the Southwest Florida Real Estate Investment Association. RIAcast brings together a variety of real estate entrepreneurs from all over the world to share tips and ideas. The core purpose of the Southwest Florida RIA is to help members become more profitable and successful through networking, education, and empowerment. Here are your hosts, Jeff Tamarello and Michael Lyons.
Okay, now we always talk about single families as rentals. What type of single family homes from your experience do you see that perform the best?
Good question. So if an investment property is purchased, a typical 3-2 is what most people are looking for. But to pinpoint what would be the best, you don't want a high-end 3-2. I mean, an expensive, you don't want to pay $350,000 with the intent to rent it on an annual basis. But I'm using numbers just in our market. If you can pick up a property, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage, all tile house that you can get, $1,200 or so for, I just think you can. That's the most solid investment. I'm thinking a 3-2. I said concrete block. I would avoid a wood frame as often as you can for a long-term hold because there's obvious issues with Florida and wood frame homes. In newer, I would say not necessarily brand new, but I've got a lot of properties that I manage from 1960s to now, new stuff. And the older the property, obviously the more issue you're going to have. If you were to buy one single family and it's an older home and you've got cast iron pipes, for example, to make it a long-term good property, a rental property, do it right from the rehab from the get-go to avoid all the headaches you're going to come into down the road if you don't do it right. So for example, an older home, if you want it to cash flow and you buy it at the right price, put a new roof on it if needed, redo the plumbing on it if it's the original plumbing and now it's 30, 40 years old. The most solid investments that I manage on the single family side are properties that are 15 or so years old, 10 to 15 years old, that are all well maintained. When there's an issue, there's no band-aid put on it, it's fixed right. And I've got some owners that do that for the properties and they have the best portfolios by far. The least amount of turnover. They have a nice product because it's a nicer, little bit newer home, but not necessarily, not all the bells and whistles per se, but it's a nicer, newer home. And like I said, long-term tenants, that's by far the best. I don't know if that answers your question as much as single family, you have to do it right. You can't put a band-aid on it. And if you do that, you're gonna have a lot of turnover, a lot of headaches with tenants.
Now, how about say you're in Lee County, what areas do you see that kind of perform the best long-term?
Long-term, of course, it all depends initially on how much you're paying for the property. Let's say you picked up a house a few years ago, a 3-2-2, whether let's say Lehigh or Cape Coral, we had a bunch of those built back in the boom, and that's probably where you're going to find the most. You buy a 3-2-2 and 2004, 2006, 7, 8 built, not many 7 and 8, I guess, but 2004, 2006. And that's been the best, most solid rental. You can get good clientele if it's well maintained. Of course, those properties are about 15 years old now, so they're probably looking at a new AC system now and a new hot water heater, and if you haven't already done that. But you can get a good clientele, good tenants for that property, and not low income. And I mean, it's great. It'd be a great investment.
This concludes this edition of RIAcast. Be sure to subscribe to receive our next episode. You can also subscribe at our website, www.swflreia.com. See you at a meeting soon. Please let us know if you have a suggestion for a future episode.